Pauline, representing Zimbabwe.
Hello.
Being from Zimbabwe, so great to meet you. Thank you for joining us today. It's an honor to have you here in this episode of Supra Chat. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Thank you so much for having me, and a special greeting to the Supra family across the globe. My name is Pauline Marere. I'm an electrical engineer by profession, and I'm currently pursuing my second degree at the University of Zimbabwe. I'm a young lady who is in pursuit of a dream to become a maxillofacial surgeon in the near future. And growing up in a family where two of my siblings had cleft palates, I was inspired to start the Gratitude Cleft movement, which focuses on providing free cleft surgeries for babies and adults around Zimbabwe. We also offer free psychological support to cleft mothers, as well as speech therapy sessions to children after surgery. And I am one person who loves children the most. And also being inspired by Sustainable Development Goal number 9, which speaks about fostering innovation. I am currently working towards opening the very first cleft shop in Zimbabwe with the assistance of the Ministry of Health, Global Cleft and Cranio Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this introduction. Great social initiative. Thank you for doing what you're doing, Faye.
Thank you.
Pauline, from Zimbabwe, let's discuss some of your life stories, which are very exciting. You mentioned that you were very proud of acquiring your first degree in a male-dominated field, but that it made you very competitive until you went back to university for your second degree, right? Could you please tell us a bit more about this transformation?
So basically, I relocated to South Africa when I was around 15 years old, and I attended my high school there. While I was in school, I did exceptionally well, which made me receive a scholarship to go and study engineering at the Cape Peninsula University. And surprisingly, I was the only female student in my class. We were a big class of 45, and there were about 44 gens. It was very tough at first because I was failing to cooperate and to cope up with the rest of the class. But as time went on, I became more competitive, and it helped me to know that as a female, you can do anything. There are no limitations based on your gender. I worked very hard and I graduated as an electrical engineer. And even when I went to work, the company that I worked for, I was the only female engineer as well. And most of the times, people would get shocked when they see me on top of a house installing solar panels, and they'll be like, "Girl, what are you doing?" And then I would always tell people that there's no limitation in this life. If you can dream of something, you can surely achieve it. I'm a qualified electrical engineer, but as I was in engineering school, I remembered that I've always wanted to be a doctor because my two siblings at home, remember, that had clefts. I had to experience the challenges that children with clefts go through. So I'd always had a passion of becoming a medical doctor so that I can help all the children with clefts worldwide. So I kept the dream alive. My transformation now going from engineering to the new program was quite difficult, but because it's something that I've always been passionate about. 2 years ago, I went to the University of Zimbabwe and I enrolled for this particular program. It's been amazing because it's something that I'm passionate about, and I'm happy that I'm finally able to pursue something that I wanted to do from a very young age.
Wow, very impressive. You're so diverse, P. And
Thank you.
there's one more story that I'd like to discuss with you and
Yes.
would like to know more about is that one of the accomplishments that you list is that you are the first model to be endorsed by the ministry of your country with regard to social initiatives that you support. So, what do you believe sets you apart from others? Because you're the first.
So I believe I'm one person who's very resilient. In our entire modeling industry, people always say, Pauline, you don't give up. I'm one person whom, if I have something that I want to achieve, I face it and then I go for it. It doesn't matter how difficult it is, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take me to achieve it. So I believe my resilience, my hard work, and my commitment. I'm very committed when I want to do something. My commitment sets me apart from the rest of the people. I remember I was the first person who would walk into the minister's office and say, "Sir, I have this particular project. I have realized that 31% of the people in our country are associating clefts with witchcraft. Could you please help me to raise awareness and to help people that have clefts across the country?" He received the idea, and since then, they've been assisting me to push the goal. So, my commitment, my resilience, and my hard work sets me apart from the rest of the people.
Impressive. Thank you very much, Pauline, for sharing your life stories with us.
Thank you.
Pauline, from Zimbabwe, let's discuss some stereotypes about pageants with you, and specifically stereotypes about pageants that people have in Zimbabwe, in your country. So what do you think is the biggest stereotype people have about pageantry in Zimbabwe, and what do you like to tell them about this stereotype?
So Zimbabwe is a country with a very huge population, and you tend to find out that most people they associate modeling with prostitution. They actually label most models as prostitutes. But I'm one person who have lived my life and set a very good example that pageants are a very good platform that helps us as young women to pursue our dreams and to advocate for social issues that are very close to our hearts. I wouldn't have been able to start the Gratitude Cleft movement had I not been a pageant girl. It's these platforms that give us this opportunity from that amplify our voice to be heard worldwide and supranational because it's the word supranational itself means having power across borders. Without pageantry, without communities like the Miss Supranational, we won't be able to advocate for these issues and to make a difference worldwide. So I just want people in my country to embrace models and to always know that each and every model is an advocate of a very important social issue that calls for everyone's attention.
Great story and a great example, Pauline. Uh, Thank you so very much for being a game changer for perception of pageantry in your country. This is very precious. Thank you so much.